Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for April 30th, 2025. I'm Mom and Chris is here with me in chat, and 47 Alpha Tango is out there in the real world. It's some ungodly hour of the morning. I don't know if he's staying up super late or getting up super early, doing the coffee thing like I did accidentally last week before, one of these weeks. Speaking of, I'll have to go down and get a fresh cup shortly. I reset my alarm so I could not have the same music and wake up to something a little different. And for whatever reason, it didn't save it, and it's 5 o'clock and it's the same song going off. No! And that woke me up because I was now angry. Possible combination of the first two options: staying up late, getting up early, and drinking coffee. Or just as we get older, 47 Alpha Tango, our sleep schedule gets completely foobarred. It's really hard to reset. I've been reading some interesting articles on sleeping habits, probably since the dawn of time and through the medieval period, which would be two sleeping periods.
Yep.
You'd get up, you'd work
Yeah.
for a while, you'd have basically an extensive nap, get up, do some more stuff, and then go to bed for nighttime
Yeah.
sleep. But it wouldn't be an 8-hour nighttime sleep. It'd be like,
Never.
what, two
They would
5-hour
wake
sleep
up.
periods?
They would get like sleep from like 8 to 11 p.m. Then they would be like something of watch night, something
Mm-hmm.
like it. They would just sit around from 11 until like 1 or 2 p.m. Then they would go to sleep until like 6 in the morning. And apparently that made your brain actually rest better
I'm game to
because it
try
actually
it.
kicked in. It kicked in the times where the REM state is like better received, like like 8 hours sleep concept from like you go to sleep at like maybe 9 or 10 p.m. and wake up in the morning, and one single line of sleep isn't actually good for you. I'm sorry, I just need to close the window because
One of us
yeah,
allegedly is at work.
yeah.
It's not
I'm
me.
I have to close the window because there are idiots who are pretending to mow the lawn for no reason at all because it's not needed, but they do that with those wireless, um, hand carried. I don't know how to call it. It's not a lawnmower, mower. It has a string at the end of
Hmm.
it, and it just rotates very rapidly, and it pretends to cut the grass. It's just throwing it around
It's
everywhere.
handheld? Yeah, weed
It's
whackers.
handheld.
Yeah,
Weed
47 says
whackers.
it's
Yeah,
weed whackers. I do not have a
and
weed whacker.
they generate so much fumes from the fuel that they burn through. It all comes through my window,
Oh,
and
how
I
lovely.
smell it here all over. And it's hot outside, which I love because I hate closing the window
Hmm.
here because the room immediately heats up. But c'est la vie.
We don't.
And they've been doing this for like 4 past hours under my window, and I don't think there's enough grass for them to justify that
I was
prolonged.
going to say that my neighbors have some lawn. Neighbors across the street who are selling their house have got, because I'm sure the house is currently empty and it's being shown. And as soon as that happens, their lawn took off. It's like a foot tall. Everybody else's lawn, which hasn't been mowed, is normal height. Their lawn, which hasn't been mowed, has taken over. I
Mm.
swear it's just because they're trying to sell the place.
Yeah. I
They've,
don't know. It's just kind of weird that it's so they spend so much time under like my building, and there's so little space for the grass to grow. So there's not really much. I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but oh well. Love the fumes though. Second, yeah. Swear to Lucifer, this should be forbidden. Like using fuel powered lawnmowers in the city in the middle of a neighborhood should be absolutely forbidden. Either electric or nothing. Or you use the hand thing. I don't care anymore. I just can't stand the fumes. They make me nauseous.
mm-hmm.
Like now I feel like my stomach is upside down, and I really hate that because they use the worst type of fuel for it, probably the cheapest, which make the fumes go really. think it's a diesel thing, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's gonna stink even if it's gasoline, diesel. They all smell bad.
Yeah,
Ew.
just
Oh my gosh!
what
I found a
you do?
gorgeous house for sale
Are you looking for a house?
next year, the year after. It's a little out of my
You're not
price range.
settling.
Oh, no wonder it's such a good price. It's not finished. Okay, that explains a lot.
You're not settling where you are at the moment.
Oh, this is nice. It's aside from the entire interior hasn't been done yet, but the exterior's beautiful. It's got a creek going through the back. It's got a ravine. It's got trees. It's got a lawn. It's going to cost me another $200,000 to finish it.
I'm
That would
very
explain.
disappointed.
You'd,
Joint Command assured me you and your teammates were up to this task.
there's got to be more to that line. 47 Alpha Tango. Sadly, I have a creek running through my backyard every time it rains.
And I will make it a threesome.
Thank you.
Do you even hear yourself?
Thank you. There we go. Apparently, each yard around here, because they're fairly small, they have set up drainage that goes directly into the reservoir. But I don't know where the drainage is. It's been covered by
Wow.
dirt and leaves and stones. And my neighbor showed me where hers is, and I'm like, great, do I have to get a surveyor out here to go, LiDAR
Yeah.
or something to find this? But then if I do that, I can make a proper wet garden, which will help funnel all the moisture into that one's particular spot, and it'll look very pretty. But I have to know where that is.
Oh yeah,
You,
absolutely.
you know what the sad part is of having only one account and not being such a character grinder? I
Mm,
can't give myself buffs.
that's true, but just hunt around. Because like when Dante wants them, he's like, "Are you on? Yeah, can you go to that tune and give me the buff?" Yeah, sure. Hang on.
Right, at Nimbus 3, right?
Whatever.
Let me just get there in 5 seconds. Somebody finally gave me diplomatic immunity so I could test it out. But I wonder what my actual top speed is. Which I technically have to wait till I do the duty officer mission that gives me the bonus for a critical.
Sorry. Just filling up, answering a question there. I don't know. I'm happy with Warp 10. I've got none of this Warp 275 that you guys have. But I guess I should before the weekend because that's what's coming up this weekend.
What's
Well,
coming up?
hey, do you have a protostar?
No. They call me Steampunk. Hey, good morning. They call me Steampunk.
Not on a single character?
No,
Oh.
Not even in the box.
no.
And you don't have the Vestas or the legendary version of it?
Nope. 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 Nope.
Hmm. These are kind of like things,
Well,
little
it's
things.
it's a thing that perhaps in time I'll get around to. I mean, I finally have a decent
Oh,
DPS ship. So
I did send you the screenshot
you did,
showing how
yes.
little it takes.
I know I has had other priorities lately. I could spend my extra time sitting here at the game detailing stuff, or I could try to get the rest of my stuff out of the boxes because I've only been living in this house for 13 months, almost 14 months. 14 months tomorrow. And I still am living in boxes. 47 says, I've been meaning to pull out my legendary Vesta. What is the. Is that a Zen store ship?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's just the legendary Vesta. It's called the Alien,
It's not coming.
Yeah.
CAE. If you
It's.
type in CAE in your ship
Nope.
search,
No. It actually doesn't have anything in there under ships.
yeah,
No. I'm looking in the Zen
then
store.
you haven't purchased it,
No, I mean,
right?
it should show it as an option to purchase.
Right.
Okay, so there's a Vesta class
Yeah.
available. It's not a
Legendary
legend.
Alien Intel Multi-Mission Explorer Tier 6.
Nope. It may not show unless you own the bundle, that's why. So it's a bundle ship. So there is a Vesta bundle, but that's a T5 bundle.
Oh, it was only this ship.
Yeah,
Well,
there's no bundle.
no.
If you type it,
But
no, don't go
the
to bundles. Go to ships
I
and
was
then
in
type
ships.
in. Okay, go
yeah,
back.
okay, so here's the thing, because it's a legendary,
Mm-hmm.
it might not be currently available
Yeah.
for purchase.
Yep.
Yeah, the legendary ships don't pop in unless
Yeah.
you actually bought
Yeah.
them, or they are at the
It's the
moment in the
Legendary
store.
2409 Captain bundle.
No, it's a legendary Salient Intel Multi-Mission Explorer Tier 6. But I have it in my thing because I bought it, but I think
Yep.
it's not currently
Yeah, it's
available.
currently
Oh, yeah,
available.
there it is.
Yeah.
I still don't understand
But
why legendary ships can't be just
and,
available at all times. I don't get it. Like, why are they limiting availability on them? It's
I don't know.
are they running out of things on productions or something? Like,
well,
what?
I don't know.
when I
Doesn't make
said it
sense.
was the only thing in its pack, I was right. It's still the only
Yeah,
ship you
it's
get for the bundle.
it's a bundle that consists of a ship.
Yeah, a legendary ship and some other like little things like the level 65 captain token,
Oh, so
right?
this one actually gets you the
Something.
legendary sailing. Okay.
So it gets you inventory bank slots, officer slots, starship slots. Harry, Julian, Catherine Janeway, Tom Pearson, Tuvok as bridge officers.
Right.
It also gets you the special issue environmental suit as seen in the episode Tenebris Torquant. Comes with very rare purple Mark 14 ground and space equipment.
But there's a bundle for it. I remember buying it just as a separate thing.
Yeah.
Just a legendary ship.
But at
Okay, but
12,000 Zen, no. Nope.
No, that definitely needs a discount
Yeah.
like when I got it. I got it on release as a thing. But yeah.
Ooh, unfortunately, all the other goodies aren't reclaimable. Ouchie, ouchie.
No, it's a one-time claim for the things. And that's why I say it's not
the
really a
ship is
bundle. It's a
ship unlocked,
ship.
but everything else is just one on this one specific character you claim it on,
Wow.
which
No,
But
makes no
definitely have to wait
sense.
for a sale on that one. If
but
if I was going to do that.
I'll tell you this much.
Hmm.
If you get that thing, you don't need to buy any of the Vesta bundles.
Yeah, it consists
And
of
if you
everything.
haven't bought those yet, then the Kalian is a good alternative.
Well, I have better uses for my Zen than that right now. We will
Ah,
Be
yeah.
see.
told, I'm
Like
not that impressed with the legendary Vesta, and I don't
I,
like the skin either.
I would no, the thing is, I don't even fly the thing. I just
No.
got it for the three consoles that were on there that are, or well, the three consoles. The console that was on there that gives the speed buff because I always wanted to do a good tour of the galaxy build.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money just to do one thing, and you can only
Well,
do it then on that one
honestly, the
tune.
ship isn't bad. It's just ugly. You know,
That's kind of
I
in
mean, you
the
can
if
put
well.
you
the
Aside
ain't
from
got no
that,
lie, you ain't got no alibi. It ugly. Yeah, yeah, it ugly.
Musin, that's kind of in
yeah,
the
but you,
well, Mrs. Lincoln. Aside from that, how was the play?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could blow you away.
you can still put the classic Vesta skin that's been revamped so long ago, and it looks really nice.
47 said, I legitimately had a great time flying it. To each their own. I think it looks awesome. Oh, when it comes to aesthetics, you're right. Everybody's got
Yeah.
different ideas.
Absolutely. I don't like it, but someone else might
Yeah,
think
exactly.
it's amazing.
Exactly. That's why
One
they can.
man's
think it's
trash is
ugly.
another one's treasure.
That's why they can
I
sell
think
so
it's
many
ugly for a
cars.
Federation ship, but yeah, it's not that I dislike the design choices that they made for a spaceship. It's just I don't think it's pretty for a Federation spaceship. You know.
Yeah. I'm not impressed with its visual thing. The Salian, I don't know. It looks rough. It looks there was a lot of overthinking done when put these two together.
No, but for Federation design, I really feel that they got it right with the Galaxy class for pretty. When you look at the Sovereign, it's a great ship. It's a powerful ship. But I do think the Galaxy class is a little prettier.
Let's
Then
see.
I know a lot of people who will think the exact opposite.
Well, that's kind of
Oh
what.
no, I mean, if you take the Regent version of the Sovereign, that thing is beautiful.
Aesthetics are subjective, and
Yeah.
this is not me
No, like
dissing on anybody, but there are very few starships that I look at and go, "Oh, that's really a sexy starship." It's like, "Oh, that's a starship," but I have that same attitude towards, "Oh, that's a car."
no,
And
when
there are
I
people
think
who just go crazy for cars and starships, and it just appeals to different parts of the brain.
when I
Um,
think that's a sexy starship, I think of things like the Delkina,
okay,
the
Romulan
the
ships can be pretty
Oli,
sexy.
the
I
the
do like Romulan
Olean,
ships.
the Zindi insectoid one.
No,
I think that thing is beautiful.
you're wrong.
But it reminds me a little of the cover art for Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds because of the large eyeball-like cockpit it has at the front. It really makes it look like one of them Martian tripods they drew for that cover art.
Let me catch up on notes here. Steampunk says, "Yeah, when I review ships, the opinions are my own and no others." Yeah, appropriate. It is your review. And 47 says, "It's kind of Vesta meets stealth aircraft vibes." And goes on with, "I have friends who are with cars the way we are with our ships." Not sure if
Alpha
there's this
Tango.
indie ship I like. And Steampunk says, "I know the Hiawatha type is pretty recent and everyone goes, ooh, shiny, but I prefer the Olympic class for hospital ships."
I think the Narcine and the Olean are beautiful ships. I just feel that their seating isn't quite what I want. Right? There's better layouts for ships.
Can't even remember the nurse scene.
The Narcine is the aquatic
It's
carrier.
it's not bad.
It's like a giant
Harpoon.
arrowhead.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
harpoon, but yeah.
it's like the shape of one of them arrowhead squiddy things
Mm-hmm.
in reverse, so it's flying back. I think it's beautiful. I don't think the Briostris, the Tier 6 variant, looks very pretty unless you got the Tier 5 skin on it.
Let's see. The Adoleth. I don't know that ship at all. Let's go.
The Adolith, that's the primate one, the one that gives super weapon ingenuity, the beam overload extender trait.
Interesting.
It's a sturdy, good ship to fly. It's just, ugh. I don't like its design aesthetic for myself.
Oh, and the image that they've got in the wiki is at best meh.
Yeah, it's kind of it's got a fork at the front.
Yeah. Excuse me one sec.
Uh, it's, it's like this two-pronged fork, just
Sorry.
ready
I wish I could see this better, but
to
for whatever
roast.
reason, they have a tan ship on a tan background. According to this, it's a Lobie.
Yeah, it is.
I suppose if you wanted, you could go buy it then.
It's the one you buy for the beam overload extender.
Interesting.
It's a very popular Logie ship.
Aesthetically, it's meh. This is
Yeah.
47, and it's kind of nice to fly. Speaking of flying, does anybody want to actually go pew pew things?
You pew things.
Yeah,
What's
I know.
that?
It's a concept, right? I have absolute garbage on my endeavors. I've got restore shields on the ground, complete Iconian TFOs. That's okay. And disruptor damage on ground. Blech.
Mm.
47 says I
Pretty
usually
much
get it for
same
my
pool.
alts for the trait. If I got everything for my alts, I'd be so broke. It's not even funny. So I went back to see if I could pick up one more combat badgie and send it off to Drunken Heretic last night, and promptly got all Goodgies, or Mark IIs. Absolutely. Jump on in.
Mom,
Mm-hmm.
I am you the comparison in Discord between a ship and the cover art
I mean,
for
I
a
can
musical album.
see it, but I think that's reaching.
I think the eyeballs look like kind of the cockpit thing.
Kind of, but
When you look at it from the front,
no, I
right?
see where you're going. It's just kind of reaching, in my opinion.
And because tripod, it's got the three wings.
No,
And
no, that's reaching. Good morning, 47 Alpha Tango.
Top of the morning to y'all.
I I like it though.
You're absolutely
And it
welcome to like it. I
reminds
just
me
think
of
the
that album.
comparison
It's
for similarities is a little off there.
well, again, if you look straight from the front at the tip and you see the two cockpit like eyeballs,
Oh, I see where you're
then
going. I think it's just a reach.
yeah, from that angle it is. Straight from the front, it resembles it a lot more.
I'm going to send out some team invites here. Musin, are you in for the party?
Um, sure. I need to switch ships though.
Oh, go ahead. I don't know what we're doing yet. Tell you what, while you're switching ships, I'm going to go put some fresh coffee in my cup and I'll be right back.
And what to bring this time? Oh, I could bring the Pride of Skies. Uh, Maybe after I revamp it. I wish they had easier ways of obtaining Lobby than opening so many boxes.
At least on the event campaign, we get all of the choices now, so there's at least Loki from that. It's just once a year.
Yeah, I know. There's just some things that I don't have from the Lobby store that I'm like, yeah, I might want to try it, or at least, you know, get it to have it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I got everything I need from the Lobby store though. You know, the meta items.
Did you
It's
get
just
everything you wanted from the lobby store?
yeah, that's the question. I mean, I still want that lipstick baton.
Oh my god.
I didn't get that. It's like, mm, another
Yeah,
ground
very much
weapon.
so.
I have so many epic ground weapons. I don't have enough space to store it.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons I've started playing on alts a little bit more. My main characters I play are rather pressed for space, and I don't know what to get rid of anymore.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I might have to take a list and write down all the kit modules I have.
Mm-hmm.
see which ones are redeemable from event stores. Get rid of all of those if I'm not using them. Get rid of all the ones that aren't part of like any serious build. Like I think I can get rid of 2/3 of my kit modules that way.
Yeah, and as things become more effective or you use them less, you have to get kind of brutal sometimes and just go, no, I can get rid of this one.
Yep.
If they're account bound, you might be able to offload them to someone where
Yeah, you
they're
could
not
always
going
create
to.
another tune just for holding
How
stuff you might
though? My
want later.
shared inventory is full.
That never happens to me. I never get my inventory so full that I don't have room for anything.
Warning, lies detected.
Now I've got some
You
room.
must construct additional pylons for an extra inventory slot. Please?
Extra 100 vault space, please, Bungie.
Just one more slot?
It's sad when
Oh.
you have to put in extra tunes to hold all your loot. Because there's not enough inventory spots available or bank spots.
Oh, how about this one? I'm running out of
Yeah,
dry
it's really
dock
dumb.
space, and I had a pretty big dry dock, so I'm actually looking at having to buy more dry dock slots.
Wow. Well, that
And I
that
got
is
them.
their goal, but is that the goal you want?
Yes,
I need more stuff. Oh,
I guess I do.
I actually
But
did my little bit of cleanup there because I wanted to go in and see if I had any keys, which I do. And let's.
I need to get the 15th bundle this year when it goes on sale again. And I need to get a bunch of dry dock slots
Really, I
so
don't
that
have.
I can clean up. Also, getting rid of every console, universal, that I have 2 or more of.
Yeah,
I
especially
only
those you can
need
easily
1.
reclaim.
No, but
Yeah.
I only need 1, but because of all the bundles I've been buying, I have like
Yeah, some of
3
them duplicate.
flagship sets total. And it's
Yeah,
like, I don't need 3 flagship sets. I only need 1.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Well, apparently I put all of my Infinity lockboxes someplace on this account. There should be thousands, and I'm seeing one.
What do you need infinity lockboxes?
In case I wanted to open one up and maybe see if I get the ship, since I have some extra keys. And well, what are we
Right.
gonna do, folks? Since we apparently have a team here somehow.
I really have no preference. None of my endeavors apply, kind of thing.
Yeah, mine are. I don't really care about Iconian TFOs, to be honest. I don't need the Endeavor on this account. Which means we can do whatever we want unless 47 or Musin have a preference for something.
I haven't done a Jupiter Raddus for a while.
Ooh.
Okay. Advanced or Elite?
Advanced, please.
Jack.
Okay.
I'd have the stomach for elite, and I did elite stuff this morning with Trisander.
Weeboo?
There we would.
We will.
Yeah, he doesn't tend to like run a lot of those.
Well, this ship can fly Elite. That's not a problem as long as we have a team that can do it, because the other day I
Not in a ship that can handle elite.
I
Probably.
thought I could handle it, and I could. However, it was a pug, and it was apparently I was one of 2 people who could handle it. It did not go well.
Oh.
Yeah. After 47 minutes, it's like, we're never going to finish this, guys.
So,
It's not worth it.
That's the worst.
I've noticed that my pugs on Elite are more successful if I'm the tank.
Well, yeah.
I can just keep everyone alive. They'll get through it eventually.
Yeah, that is, keeping people alive helps. But I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
no, if there's one like heavy tank in an Elite, they can keep you alive, and people that have lower DPS can then still get through it. As
Yeah,
long as they don't fail the
they've
optional.
got to have some survivability too.
Oh, as long as you don't fail the optional.
Well, 47 Alpha Tango in an echelon class, no less.
Guilty as charged.
How is it? Because I'm curious, because they made it into a spearhead for whatever reason, a science vessel.
I think it's kind of nice. It's probably not the best at what people would want to do with it, but it's a fun ship to fly.
That's what I was trying to pick up out of the lockboxes. If I want
Also,
that.
it gets the Surgical Strike 3, does it?
Yep, I'm actually running a surgical strikes build on it right now.
Well, that's probably what I would run on it, but I already have the Excelsior that can do it, and a couple of other ships, so I don't think I need another ship that can do this exactly same build I already have.
That's fair.
Doesn't look like anything I want, and I already have the Sagan, which, I don't know, whenever I looked at the Echelon class in Picard, I was like, where are the remaining 2 nasals? I got too much used to the Sagan to have 2 nasal version of it.
I'm going to Gamma.
I'm going to myself.
And I already have a very unpopular spearhead that no one else flies, but I don't see it too often anyway. From
I'm
Picard.
thinking of doing the.
Oh, the Duderstadt.
Duderstadt.
I have one of those in a box someplace.
I don't understand why people don't like it. It flies like a cruiser. If set up right, it has really powerful setup.
If I remember right, when it first was released, there was a major bug with it. And that just kind of gave it a negative initial reaction.
Okay, but bugs can be fixed.
Well, yeah, and they fixed
ship
it.
Performance phase.
But I think that negative response sometimes affects things long term. I mean, think about it. I've got one in a box, and that's my first recollection. Isn't, gee, it was good and people liked it. It was, oh, wasn't that the one with the bug?
Well, if you remember ship only by its initial reaction, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First impressions are very important.
I mean, I get it, but I like to give stuff second chances. Especially when it comes to stuff in video games, you know? Like, I no longer expect, unfortunately, things we got used to, it's like you can't expect a game to be perfect when it
No, I want perfection.
No, you can't have perfection. You're not the Borg Queen.
How do you know? You have to move that one
Well,
there.
you're emotional, so.
Yes, I am.
Borg Queen was very unemotional. Calculating.
Very cold.
Old, yeah. You don't give the right vibe for Borg Queen, sorry.
You need to get those rifts under control.
I was going to say, anybody need help, but clearly not.
We straight up Joel.
I had to move the subspace fracturing tunnel thing out of the spam bar because all of a sudden I'm jumping all over the place, and that's not what I want with this one. Thank you very much.
You don't put that in your spam bar. You should totally trigger that manually.
Yeah, but sometimes I forget, but go ahead.
If you want to see that console do something kind of funny,
yeah,
use it to try and jump to one of the holo projector satellites on the final phase.
Okay. Does it not work?
Well, it works. It's what happens afterward that.
Oh, okay.
At least it was an interesting time when I did it in my Typhon.
I'll give it a shot. See what happens.
under control.
They're under control, gosh darn it. Just stop fretting.
We've locked
You
down
can't
the
help it.
objectives. Now they're ours for good.
You still here, Grandma? Ugh, I thought our Janeway was gone. Speaking of it, did you like those last ones?
And that wasn't bad. Let's see what happens
It
next.
was a very efficient run.
We're not lacking for firepower.
You know what? I'm done.
Well,
Wait, what?
I don't believe her.
Was
No, she's lying.
Yeah, she is.
there a ship there, guys?
Was? Yes, there was.
Wait,
Past tense.
why is she back here?
Okay.
It's because the dialogue jumps when she gets killed, but it's got to hit, I think, twice or 3 times that she's going to come back.
I mean, normally she's not supposed to receive certain amount of damage, but I think we're too fast in dealing
What
a
can
certain
we do?
amount of
And she's
damage.
staying here, too.
Wait, she's back over there?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay, now she's
Yeah, you
really
already-
done here.
Oh my god, we've broken her.
Just taking her toys and
Guys,
going
broke
home.
her.
Let's see, what do I need? Apparently
Yeah, I
not
bring
fleet
too
marks.
much GPS.
I thought this wasn't the strongest ship I have. Whoa. Well, then
My
again,
8
we all
Moopsy
probably
is
had a
one of the-
collective amount of DPS that kicked her butt.
Yeah, there's a bit of firepower available there.
You think?
Just a little bit.
I'm flying what is almost identical to Spencer's solo ISE build. Almost,
Almost,
but
yes.
not entirely.
Well, I guess it's fumes. It started to be too hot in here.
Are they still doing that?
I can still hear them do the blowing. Don't ask me. It's I don't understand it. Like if they had a proper Mona, then they would probably be done in like 15 minutes because that's the amount of grass we have under my apartment building. But since they're doing those pointy sticks with wire on at the end, the whacker or whatever you call it, takes 3 years. And it's not even like it's a grass that's tall, it's like other plants that aren't grass exactly, just highly grown weeds that probably should be pulled out rather than cut down. But then again, the people who care about our like neighborhood aren't the best, the sharpest tools in the toolbox, so they don't do it properly. So you have to redo it every few weeks, which completely defeats the point.
I swear, I'm
Well, if they're still weed whacking, that means that, in my brain, they're paid by the job, not by the hour.
Oh, absolutely, it's about that, yeah.
Yeah, we have this job to do today, as opposed to... I'm going to make a comment here that's going to sound very stereotypical, and it's not meant that way. As opposed to the Mexican gardeners who do my neighbors, who are in and out of there in 15 minutes because they have to get 25 jobs done in one day. And they are Mexican, and that's not supposed to be.
Well, the thing is, they don't employ anyone specifically. It's just the ground, like people who look after the ground.
There's so
for
many
for the
little
entire
companies that
neighborhood.
have popped up here that, you know, it's basically 3 guys in a truck with all the equipment in the back of the truck, and they get their contracts and they try and get them set up so all the neighborhood, or all the ones in our neighborhood, get done on the same day, and they just, how many can they get done in a day? Good morning, Cliff.
Well, it's a little bit complicated here because when they were building those large living neighborhoods
Mm-hmm.
and the communist times, they were usually maintained by a single entity and association that was under the city council or something like it.
Okay.
When the communism dissolved, those they were massive. They had massive terrain to look after, so they divided into smaller associations, but they're still being run in pretty much the same way,
Ah,
even 30 years later, by the same people who've been running that before. So they still have this mentality about let's just get the job done. It doesn't have to be done efficiently. It doesn't have to be done well. And
we
they have their own people who
Indianapolis
are
has
employed.
got a lack of business licenses, shall we say. Basically, you can go into business for yourself without having to get a business license. So if I want to run a martial arts school, all I have to do is get myself a martial arts school, and if I'm smart, have insurance. So there are a lot of people who start up their own businesses, and at this time of year, you get landscaping businesses. And in about 6 months, we will have snowplow and yard clearing businesses. And most stay in business one to
That's
two
fair.
years, and then they do something else because it's kind of hard to maintain. But it becomes very hard when you want to find a company, so it's a lot of word of mouth. So somebody dropped a business card. One of my neighbors had the business card for the company they're using, and let's call him George. So I don't have any real information other than it's George's Landscaping at 1-800 call George or something like that. And then if you
Yeah.
don't call that month, they may or may not be in business later.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they didn't do a great job. I mean, they came in and did a great job.
They just one can't be guaranteed that they'll be working the same thing next
Yeah,
year or
I mean,
something
if
like that.
something better comes along, like the fabric store is hiring people right now, even though they're going out of business. And I'm thinking I should join that because it's an additional 30% off on prices that are already 70% off. I could just trade my hourly for fabric or for yarn for the next 3 weeks, and then I'll be out of business forever. And then I'll have to find a new place to get my crafting fix done. Used to be fabric stores were on every corner. Now there's none. If I want to get good fabric, I have to go to Chicago or Los Angeles, which is sad.
Yeah.
It's a good excuse to go traveling. Terrible excuse to go traveling also, because I'm just going to go somewhere and spend money. What shall we do? What's next? Cliff, did you want to join us? Since Cliff is in chat. See if Cliff is in game yet. So I'm not thrilled with the new Tholian event. Vault, I would say that you could run Vault as a private TFO up to the point that you have to fight the last boss, because you have to fight the last boss and you can AFK it up till that point. You can't do that with Azure Nebula, which you used to be able to AFK. But I would never say that because AFKing is a no-no.
But I don't feel that AFKing Azure Nebula is really necessary.
Well, you can't, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
Well,
you.
it,
Yeah, I had some moderate success with it.
You have to do, I mean, you can't straight out AFK it. You have to do some
Right.
damage. So that's
Right.
not AFKing.
yeah,
Versus
but
like the uh, rocket
you,
launch, which you can absolutely AFK. What's the other one they had? Synthwave, you can also AFK completely.
oh, with Azure Nebula,
Hmm.
if you can build a ship that can damage them
Yeah.
on auto attack and take down waves, you get enough damage.
You need to do more damage than I could do on one asteroid. So I did one asteroid, wiped it out, freed the ship. That wasn't enough. It has to be more than that.
I think it's like you have to free at least 3 ships or
Yeah,
something
I think
like
it's
But
that.
somewhere along that line. So if you're doing it with a team, so a couple people were saying last night, each person took one satellite, took out one wave, and they got full credit. But if I'm going to go to that
I
much
just
effort, I can go to the Vault Ensnared. I know where the boss is going to launch. I can put all my ships over there on all the accounts and just take it out when it comes up.
I have my spam bar and
Hmm.
auto attack.
Yeah.
I just set it to auto attack. Click my spam bar, and then click F,
But don't you have to
and
get
I
in
sit
position to
there
where
for
they're
the
at
entire.
first?
No, I get right in position that I can reach the tractor beams.
Okay,
I
yeah.
park my ship there,
Yeah, no, that I get.
And then it's space bar and F, and I can watch videos at the same time on YouTube.
Okay. I'm trying to find ways that are more efficient because I'm currently doing it for 7 accounts. That's too many for this.
More accounts.
No
Come
more
on, Scarlet.
accounts.
Oh.
No. When the 2 people who've asked me to nanny their accounts get back into game, I'm not doing this again. And please remind me that I've said this. Next time I say, oh, I'm going to watch this for somebody else, you're going to be like, no, Mom, you said you're not going to do this. I'm going to hold you
Yeah,
all
you
to
really
that.
shouldn't.
So, let's see if Cliff is in yet. Cliff. Where are you, Cliff? There you are. You're on a different tune, that's why. Aha.
My poor doggy.
What's the matter with your poor doggy? You could use your
The
Nadarian Defender. Oh,
doorbell rang, and she, like, was all hyped up.
you want to see my dogs go crazy? Put the television on and have the doorbell on the television ring.
What?
Oh, my dogs are like,
Oh yeah.
but there's somebody here, and they look out the door, and there's nobody there, and they look again, they heard it, but there's nobody there, they heard it, there's no one there. And it's like their mind goes,
What? Are there like all the same doorbells in the United States? Like no one
no,
has a
but
different
the one on the TV for the one show where there's a doorbell sound fairly often is exactly the same as mine. It's as generic as you can get.
Ding dong.
I would change the doorbell.
Well, okay. Here's the thing with my doorbell. It's on this wall that's underneath my stairs. Underneath my stairs is absolutely nothing. It's storage space, but it's the stupidest storage space you can imagine because you have to go into this very narrow closet, make a right turn, make another right turn, and now you're underneath the stairs. It's beautifully finished. It would be perfect for a little seating area. So if I were to open up that wall and turn it into a seating area, great. But that's the wall where the doorbell is, which means there's electrical in that section. And that means now hiring an electrician to come in and move that. It's just like, at which point I will switch out the doorbells. But it would be a charming little space. You know, you could put in bookshelf, a little chair, or maybe a little writing desk for a student, because it's this kind of small house. But if you came in with kids, you'd might like a little space there where they could do their homework.
This is why I'm happy I learned all those skills.
Which skills?
Those of like electrician and everything.
Oh, could I do it?
could.
I could totally do it. I would prefer not to burn the house down, though.
I'm not that worried about that. I'm worried about them coming by and being like, "Sir, you did this without a license."
Oh, no, that's...
I'm like, yeah, and
You don't need a permit to do things like that.
yeah, over here you do.
Yeah, but that's there. I love the animation of the officer behind you. Yeah. Yeah, I do like this market speculator. I love the way she walks around, checks things, checks her stuff, shifts her weight. Looks like a regular human
It's funny
walking
that
around.
she's literally actually fitting there what's going on in that space. Like,
I know, isn't that great?
yeah, I think it's amazing.
As opposed to the poor lady sitting at the desk, the bank officer, it's sit back, lean forward, type, 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 sit back, lean forward, type, type, type. It's going to kill her back. This lady's moving around. She looks so good there. Somebody pick something.
All right, Swarm.
Swarm. Swarms works for me. Swarm work for everybody?
Sure.
Okey-dokey.
Not like they're gonna survive me.
Yeah, so true.
I could switch. Never mind.
Too late. We will engage.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I could
well, we
switch
would.
it to something less powerful.
No.
Give the
I-
swarm 2 seconds longer
Yeah,
to
no.
look at me.
Nobody. Nope, nope, nope.
Just 2 seconds more to look at me. They're not gonna kill me.
Well, you can sit back and
I'm
not
in
shoot
a-
them. That's on you.
I'm in mostly a single target damage dealer type of a build, so they're going to have plenty of time to wail on my aft shields while I pick them off one at a time.
I'm sorry, but that was funny. You started to say
Okay,
F shields, and my brain went in a different direction. I'm thinking, that's really good.
Which direction did you go?
What, in my brain?
Yeah.
Well, instead of the word effed, I was going for something that starts with a similar sound.
I'm part whale. I speak whale too.
Let's
What?
hear it. Well, something like,
No,
Oh,
no, please stop. No.
I watched Finding Nemo.
You might be part whale, but your vowels are terrible.
It's not my first language.
Excuses, excuses. English isn't mine.
Neither is it mine. Neither.
sadly, it is mine.
Why, sadly?
Well, because it would be nice if I spoke multiple languages. I think.
Oh, I heard such a funny one.
Okay.
You speak English because it's the only language you know. I speak English because it's the only language you know.
Yeah, there you go. This is why I travel with my son, because we go to France, he can speak the language. We go to England, he can speak the language. We go to Sweden, they can speak the language.
I thought that was one of the funniest things I ever heard a European say to an American.
Oh, here's a joke at Americans' expense. What do you call someone who can speak 3 languages?
Not an American?
Trilingual.
Okay.
What do you call someone who can speak 2 languages? Bilingual. What do you call someone who can speak 1 language? American.
That's
It's
not
so
entirely
rude. It's
true.
really true, but
No,
wouldn't
not
say it's
entirely.
true.
no, not entirely.
I would say that Spanish is a second language that most
They teach it a lot in schools.
regions in America do know.
It's interesting that that's probably the number one foreign language that's taught in America at, what, like 75-80% of the schools?
Yeah, but which Spanish are you being taught at school?
Mexican
Is it the
Spanish.
Spanish or the yeah, that's
Mexican
right. The
Spanish, yeah.
Latino Spanish, yeah.
Right.
Because that will have certain.
It doesn't help you
words,
too much when you're traveling to
pronunciations,
Europe,
sounds
but it
different.
helps when
Yeah.
you're here in the States.
No, Spanish people will excommunicate you if you come there with Latin sounding
But it is
Latino
what people
sounding.
speak here.
Spanish. Yeah, well, yeah, but again, they feel offended because they think it's an inferior version of their language.
Well, it's like if you go to Switzerland and you go in there and everybody speaks German, but you are taught from school High German. Nobody speaks that, and they look down their nose at you going, oh, so we're going to speak High German.
There's something as High German. I thought it all sounds like orders
Oh,
to
no.
be shot.
Oh, no. There's different
I
dialects of
honestly
German.
thought that they took
Like,
German
I'm sorry, but some
as
of the
a base.
words is just
No.
like in every language, like there are some words that just sound very similar.
Yep.
And then there comes German with their heavy cannons. And it just sounds like trying to curse someone or kill them or whatever.
Yeah,
Take
it
it
sounds like Klingon.
Take the word
kind of is
butterfly. In every language I know, butterfly is probably the nicest word ever. Like in Latin languages it's mariposa, right? But German is Schmetterling. And it's like, Jesus Christ, why do they have to make it this rough?
Because they're German.
I mean, it's funny. I know this is for laughs, and I know that even Germans are laughing out of the language sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And that their sense of humor is.
They have a good sense of
What
humor for the most
dreadnought?
part.
No.
What, was there a dreadnought
No.
here? I don't see a dreadnought here.
I think it vaporized as soon as it entered the atmosphere. It must be toxic around here.
Yeah, it decided to show up next to me.
Oh boy.
Alpha Tango, you were
Boy,
going to
that- boy,
say
that was a
something?
correct choice.
Oh, I was going to say. I was just thinking it was uh, the when it comes to the German language, much like camping, it's intense.
Yep.
It is.
Pretty.
There's a little YouTube or TikTok short channel about a woman from Vietnam who has a German boyfriend, and it's been her and his learning to get along with each other in terms of cultural stuff. And it pokes a lot of fun at both the Germans and the Vietnamese, so very funny. He's a charming, sweet guy, and she's a charming, sweet girl, but the cultural stuff is hysterical.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember her name. I think it's Oyen.
Nguyen, yeah.
Yeah.
That's her. I think she's absolutely hilarious. Especially that when they show the cultural differences, like the contrast is just.
Well, now that he's
Smash.
doing some of the voiceovers in it, it's really,
Yeah.
really funny. They were talking, or she was talking about how much she prefers Vietnamese food over German food, but he does his voiceover. Oh no, German food's so much better. With Vietnamese food, you need 500 spices, but Germans feel that's all we really need is salt and pepper. Thinking, yes.
Yep. Yep. Very German.
Last trip to Germany, 2 trips ago to Germany, my friends there took us out for Mexican food in Germany.
Oh boy.
Um,
It didn't even lie close to Mexican, probably.
just throwing hot peppers in something does not make it Mexican.
Sounds about right.
And if one
But
hot
they're
pepper
very
will
proud
do it, we'll
about their
throw in
own
100.
cuisine. But they are very proud of their own cuisine, you know.
But their own cuisine's delicious. Stick with it, guys.
Yeah, German cuisine is pretty fun. They're obsessive about potatoes.
Oh
and their
yeah, yep.
Kartoffelsalat, which is like potato salad, and they love it in so many varieties. They have so many varieties of potato salad.
I'm not arguing food.
But there are different types of sausages.
Oh, yeah.
vice versa. I like the white sausages.
Yep.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Good. It's funny because, like, for example, like Aldi is, I think it's German. Although
it
I
is.
like to think, yeah. So they have a lot of their German stuff even here. So I will get a chance of getting a proper German made in Germany, Kartoffelsalat and stuff like that, like cucumber salad, and there's like, it just immediately takes you over there. I remember when I was 17.
Well, you're slightly closer to getting over there than I am. For me, it's a major adventure.
Well, if I had something to do with my dog, I would probably be there more often than I have been so far, which was twice in my lifetime. I remember when I went, it was my first ever trip abroad when I was like 16, 17, I want to say. So like 20 years ago. As it pains me to say it.
Oh my God, you're so young. You guys are all so young. Jeez. Well, what
and that
did you?
was when-
Whoa! What's the red bubble of death there, 47?
Red bubble of
Is
death.
called PBAOE, the proximity-based anti-opposition emitter.
Oh, I
It
like
comes
that
from
thing.
from the Constitution 2 from the Kelvin timeline ship.
Sweet.
Kelvin Carney. Yeah, it looked really good, and it really worked well. Really good for
It's
against
my favorite
Swarm.
counter against pesky little swarm ships and feedback pulse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Against feedback pulse?
Yeah, because
'Cause
when you're using the console, it makes you immune to phaser damage. So if your enemy's using feedback pulse and you're firing phaser weapons, you are now immune to the reflected phaser damage.
Ooh, I need this. Dang,
Gotta
I
get
hate the
yourself a
Mokai.
Kelvin Carney too.
Well, I still have all of my fancy schmancy event ships that I've never purchased ever.
Oh, you should be able to get it for the meta event this year, because it came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was relatively easy. How did that happen?
Yeah. Again, we have a very good team today because
We do.
just as efficient as the Jupiter Rat is.
I probably
Which
should
is
wrap things up
nice.
and go to work, but dang, that was so much fun. I might need to do one more before I go
what?
to work.
Work.
Yes,
You don't work.
No, I don't work, but I have stuff to do today. I don't have class tonight because my instructor decided not to have class on Monday, and I'd made the commitment to being there Mondays for the next few weeks. And he was unwell Monday. He's like, "Well, just do it on Wednesday." I'm like, "No, I've committed to being here in Indy this week." He's like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, I have a stack of stuff to do, but I'm up for one more. If you guys want to throw in one more quick one,
Sure.
Cliff, do you need
Well, I've
anything?
suggested the last two, so
Okay, well, let Cliff pick if nobody else cares, because Cliff might have something on his list. Yeah, I had a stack of things on my list of stuff to do yesterday, which kind of devolved into going out to lunch with my son instead, which was nice.
nothing wrong with that.
No, the good news was I've been trying to do a cut week. The last 2 weeks have been cut weeks at the gym, so low calories, high protein. And it got to the point where food was revolting, so it was a little too much cut to the extent that yesterday my instructor's like, go get food. You know, spend 2 days, 3,000 calories for the next 2 days each. Go eat food. So my son's like, yeah, let's go have lunch, get lunch. Ugh, 10 bites in, I'm done.
You get used to.
Yeah, you get
less
used to
food.
those. You're supposed to kill dinosaurs. Well, that's too darn bad, Cliff. Go kill your own dinosaurs. They take too long.
No, it will take forever. No, waiting out, staking the place out. No.
We have an I got nothing. Fine.
I don't kill my dinosaurs myself. I let the meteorites do it for me.
Well, that would be even
That
longer
would be
wait.
good.
That
Oh my god, that would be so good. Can we call in an what's the snowball from space thing? We need that for the V-Rex. Can you imagine? And it would be
Oh
so
my God.
appropriate.
Can you imagine throwing a bloody asteroid on them?
So, for the next time you do decide you're going to do the V-Rex, when you get down there and you're spawn camping, team with the other people down there. Because that way you get the kill no matter how much damage you do or do not do. As long as you get in 1 or 2 shots, you'll get the team kill. And that way you don't have to go back and do it multiple times. I know what we're doing. I know what we're going to... Has everybody got a few minutes?
Mm-hmm.
For
No.
what?
Guillotine.
Oh, okay.
We have a decent
Oh,
team
okay.
today. We can do it. Weeboo?
Oh, see about that. I just
Ooh.
hope chips. We were. But it's a decent one, so it shouldn't be too long.
Yesterday morning's was Matt. Last night's was pretty good. Can't
Actually, bring in the Duder stat.
Ah, well, there you go then. I should probably go through all of my ships that I've accumulated and have left in boxes, never opened, and see what I've gotten. Parcel them out to all the appropriate tunes who need better ships.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
poor
might
things
get,
are accumulating dust.
If nothing else, it gets them out of my inventory.
I might get that Calvin Connie. That red bubble looks pretty.
The red bubble was pretty awesome, yeah. And I want
It's
to
a
take it
fun
into...
little bubble.
I want to go find the Mokai if I've got that.
Okay, don't do feedback polls.
I hate the Mokai.
No, but when the queen,
Oh, the Queen
her
starts doing her
thing.
thing. That might be good.
It'd be good for that one too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Though the queen with a decent, you know the word I'm looking for.
officer.
Pardon?
Science officer.
When we're good. See, has it been an hour? It's been an hour, yes.
I'd love to do their stat. I know a lot of people have an issue with its shape, especially the underside hull.
Oh, this
I have
is
this.
This is...
interesting.
Oh.
I'm
What is-
noticing 30-second cooldown on something. that I can freeze on 30 seconds and it'll stay there.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yep. Not sure that's intended,
Mm.
but I know why it's doing that.
Why is it doing it?
Because the click key I'm using is a toggle skill,
Mm-hmm.
so if I only click it once, it remains up.
Is everyone going to take one, or is somebody going to stay in the center? There's one left.
I
There it goes.
think I can handle the center.
I figure I'll just head to whatever I'm closest to at the moment.
Okay. I can't remember who. I think it was Joshua who likes to just hang in the center and kill everything. I meant to ask you this, Chris, and I may have already. Did you name your ship for Douglas Trumbull?
Yep.
Very nice.
I wanted to do a homage. I like when my ship names are significant in some way. Either in canon or...
No, that's a great name.
I like it. I think it's a nice touch.
It is. Have you ever seen the movie Silent Running?
Me, no.
Go see Silent Running. I believe he directed it, as well as did all the video work for it. Great movie.
I've got
Sad,
4.
but great.
I can probably do 3 too.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
on
we
my
went for the
way
same
to 1, it looks like.
Move over to 2, just in case I'll be at hand.
Projecting shield now. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now. Stitching anchor deployed.
Alright,
Projecting
number
shield
2 deployed.
Cliff, if you want to start 6, I can help you cover it. Providing my targeting targets.
Be wary of this tactic. Stitching anchor deployed. Projecting shield now.
Okay, so we just need to get 5 started when we get a chance. And looks like 4 is happily cooking over there. Who's up around 4?
Yeah, 2 is also around 60% now.
3's getting it that
No.
close to done too.
Yep, no danger of actually being stopped, so we might do this really fast.
Stitching anchor 4 is now fully shielded. A Borg assimilator is attempting to escape. Stop it if you can.
Okay, what's that one?
Stitching anchor 1 shield is fully energized.
1 and 4 done.
Shield fully deployed. Stitching anchor 3.
Who thought the gravitic inversion, what's it called?
Assimilator has failed.
Gravitic platform, gravitic induction platform is actually pretty good.
You destroyed a Borg assimilator before it could
5
Use it
started.
properly.
Stitching anchor 2 is
Yep.
shielded.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are complete.
You'll
Waiting
notice
for
that
6
the
and 5.
assimilators have not been popping up They're sitting in there going, no, we're not going out there. You can't
Well,
make us.
They have some survival instinct after all.
Yeah.
Unusual for Bird Kingdom, but I'll take it. Perhaps
They
their
finally got
spawn
a
rate.
clue.
Perhaps their spawn rate depends on the efficiency of defending the points.
I suspect their spawn rate may depend a lot on timing.
Yeah.
Because they'll pop
If
up in the
too
last
many
sequence.
adapters manage to reach too many anchor points, they might actually spawn the assimilators to even more to make an even bigger slowdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
That might be why there's less of
There's
them
one.
right now.
There's one, but Chris got it, so alright, there's the other one, and Muson's there.
Yeah, they don't have a
Okay,
chance.
so there's our 6. Nope, there's another one. Yeah.
They don't stand a chance.
Nope.
Number 5 is in danger.
No, it's not.
No, I lied. I'm sorry, I lied.
As everybody heads to 5, and in a blur of death and destruction for Borg.
As it should be.
Whatever my next ship is, I should probably call it the USS War Crime Express just for
Poor Crime Express. Sweet. I like that.
Something.
Well, that was nice. Both died at the same time.
13.
Nice symmetry. Dang, I should have demo recorded that one. That would have been great.
Yeah, it would look good.
It would. Gosh darn, I guess we're going to have to do that one again one of these days.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Okay,
remember
I
the people
really
in the
do need to
team.
go start my day for the day. Grumble, grumble, grumble. So, on behalf of everybody here at Moopsy in the Morning, I want to thank all of you wonderful people who joined us this morning, and 47 Alpha Tango, and Chris, and Musin, and Cliff. Thank you guys for being here. That was absolutely amazing. Great start to the
Always a
day.
pleasure.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day, and as we like to say around here, are you doing this, Musin, or am I? Fine, I'll do it.
Oh.
I got it. I got it. Stay moopsome.
Moopsy!
Just one?
Moopsy!
And I will make it a threesome. And I will
Oh,
make it
boy.
a threesome. Do you even hear yourself?
I'm sorry, but that's so good. Take care, everyone, and we will
We have lost
see...
a true Federation hero.
We have? Everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later.